Hello there, everybody. Leave a Legacy, episode number 59. Wanted to just take a step back from episodes 57 and 58, where we talked about the referral process, talked about leveraging the internet and social media. This one, I want to just slow it down and give you what I consider to be ideal language. Now, there is that old school one that says, just so you know, the way that I engage with people is I get paid in two ways. One, you decide to do business, and I get paid a commission or a fee to be able to help you solve certain of your needs when it comes to insurance or investment products. The other way that I get compensated is if you refer me to people that you think highly of. I think that's really the old school way. If you think about your engagement throughout the process with the client, is it's always been focused on them. And then all of a sudden you've turned the tables and now you're talking about yourself. I remember one time I was going through the referral language with someone, and the lady responded back was, I really don't care about your business. I'm really concerned about my own financial needs. Now, of course, she was a little more forward, but I think sometimes people do feel that way. The other language that can be used is, it's called the V.I.P.S method. So V meaning you're going to ask for value. Did you find value in meeting today? The I, treat it with importance. So make sure that it's either a separate meeting where you can, the person knows that you're going to brainstorm together, or that it's not kind of squeezed in at the end of the meeting where you're not really giving it the time that it deserves. P is to ask permission. Do you mind if we brainstorm about some people that I could reach out to, people that you care about? And then S is be specific. I think oftentimes people forget that when they're asking someone to think of someone else, they need to be able to be as specific as possible, because we do know a lot of people throughout our life. So the language that I would use in that scenario would be, did you find value in meeting today? Let me just ask you something that I find to be very important. Is it okay if you and I were to brainstorm right now about some people that you think I could be introduced to? Specifically, I work really well with physicians and dentists. Who in the area do you know that's a physician or dentist? And now I've honed in on a specific industry. If you have a specific name, did you find value in meeting today? I have an important question to ask you. Is it okay if we brainstorm right now about some people that I can be introduced to? I did a little bit of research on LinkedIn and saw that you're connected with Jimmy over at Kimberly-Clark. How do you know Jimmy? Using a specific name. I think oftentimes the next evolution really to take your referral process to market upwards is, after you've gotten some names, is to say, of all the people that you know, who's the most successful person that you know? And then they will identify, hopefully it's someone in that list that they gave you, but it might not be. And then the follow-up to that is, you really respect this person. Would it be okay if I reached out to him and said that you really admired them, and seeing if they'd be open to a meeting? Now, oftentimes when people give a rebuttal in this scenario, they either don't like to give names, or number two, they need clarity, because might not, even though maybe you've gotten referred to them, they don't necessarily connect the dots on how you engage with them in order to bring them into the front door. So let me explain. So someone says, I really don't feel comfortable. Well, if you don't mind me asking, did you have a bad experience? Not if you don't. I'm already leading the witness if I ask them a bad experience. They say, no, I don't feel comfortable giving any names, or I don't really know anybody. Let me just take a step back. I find that oftentimes if I can explain to people my process, then it helps them with how I'm going to approach your friends or family. So the first thing I do is, if you were to give me a name, I would, let's see, today's Wednesday, I'd give them a call next week, Tuesday. And I'd say, I had a chance to meet with you, and you said some great things about them, that they were open-minded, that you highly respected them, and you really thought the world of them. And I asked them who they thought that I could reach out to that they admired. And that's how your name came out. And then at that point, it's up to your friend or family member to say yes or no to meet with me. How does that sound as a way to be able to approach those individuals? And again, once you have your language down, you have to remember this is just like sifting for gold. So you're going to get a lot of no's, Going to get some people that give you some names of somewhat of some duds, and then you're going to get some real good referrals. Oftentimes, of all the surveys that I see out there, people are open to giving referrals. The downside is that most people aren't asking. And if you need more clarity on why and how, again, refer back to episodes 57 and 58. The last thing that I'd say when it comes to language is you need to be able to practice this out. I think professional role play is not being fully utilized the way that it should be, where this doesn't necessarily have to be someone that you work with. In most cases, actually, it might be better to role play with someone that is not in the industry. So that way they're not going to give you the language, they're not going to give you what they think is going to work. This outside perspective might be able to tell you what they think about the jargon you're using and seeing if it tracks well with them, especially since they're an outsider to our industry or to the industry that you're in. I hope this can be real helpful. The question that I have for the community is, what language are you using specifically to get referrals? Have a fantastic day.